Internet Anarchist put out a new video. And how many of you guys have seen that show, My 600-Pound Life? You guys ever heard of that particular show? I think it might have been an A&E show because they're all about the fucking reality TV. So apparently the show My 600-Pound Life is actually worse than you may have thought of. Was it TLC? Okay, it could be TLC, which again, TLC is also nothing but reality TV now. Apparently, it's worse than you thought. So, my understanding of 600-Pound Life is basically it's taking morbidly obese people and trying to get them to lose weight. Like they will start off it's basically orders or intervention for fat people. That's what My 600-Pound Life is. It's effectively speaking intervention, the show Intervention, but for fat people. And I'm not sure how good their success rate is. My guess is their success rate probably isn't all that great, but apparently it's worse than we all thought. So let's find out just how much worse it really is. Shall we?
Everything a reality TV show needs to be entertaining, from gut-wrenching emotional meltdowns
You're costing me my weight loss surgery and you're ruining everything!
to brutal reality checks.
Oh my god.
Steven, you're not going to be alive much longer the way you live. You want us to write you off as hopeless? Then we will. There is no hope for you.
But what truly keeps viewers coming back are the powerful stories of perseverance and
Okay, well, cool cat Pat. The doc wouldn't do the surgery until they showed they really wanted to lose weight. It is reality TV. So how much of that is like, okay, I'm going to pretend for the camera that we're not going to do the surgery unless you show us you really wanted to lose the weight. Because let's be realistic here. The reason why they would not do the surgery if they didn't want to lose the weight is because they don't want to waste the time and the energy, and it costs money. And if TLC throws them enough thousands, they'll do it even if the patient does not show that they really want to lose the weight. They got that TLC money that they can just throw at the doctors because it is all about the money. And, like I strongly suspect that behind the scenes, like they'll just, they'll do it anyway, even if they know that they're going to gain the weight right back.
transformation. Seeing the cast in the show struggle against powerful stories of perseverance and transformation. Seeing the cast in the show struggle against insurmountable odds, not just for themselves, but for the people they love, is nothing.
Wow. Holy shit, did you see? This woman actually lost
Powerful
weight.
stories of perseverance and transformation. Seeing the cast in the show struggle against insurmountable odds, not just for themselves, but for the people they love.
Look at that. She actually took the weight off. She actually lost, it looks like 350 pounds. And yeah, like she's the one, I forget what her name is, but she's like one of their most famous people on the show. Is like her, like it was like her and her sister, I think. And they were like chugging, it was a Tammy? Okay, yeah. Her and her sister were chugging 2 liters of pop a day. They were eating like buckets of fried chicken every day. They were very, like, I've not watched the show, but I've seen the clips of it, and they were really fucking annoying. And yeah, like, Chris, you're right. Like, they're going to need so much plastic surgery because they're going to have so much loose skin that exercise is not going to take care of. Like, they need so much, but like, people that go through this, that's one thing that they may not be, that internet anarchists may bring up, is this is not just simply about the weight loss. Losing the weight is one part of it. After that weight loss, especially significant weight loss, you have a ton of loose skin that you will need to see a plastic surgeon for to remove. And it's a lot of loose skin that needs to be removed.
of is nothing short of inspiring.
So you lost almost 250 pounds. Well, how's your life changed since you started the program?
I mean, I can do so much. Just getting out, doing things, not having to depend on people, just, take care of myself.
Unfortunately, while the show's premise of helping morbidly obese people lose their weight is great on paper, its execution is far from perfect. Behind the triumphant on-screen moments lies a tangled web of emotional manipulation, neglected mental health, and alleged mistreatment, all of which gets buried beneath the dramatic edits and the uplifting music. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today, we're diving into everything wrong with TLC's My 600 Pound Life, how a show meant to change lives for the better has allegedly left many worse off, and at least in one tragic case, pushed someone past the point of no return. For those who haven't seen My 600 Pound Life before, it's a reality TV show that aired its first episode in 2012. It's about bringing on extremely obese people, often weighing way over 600 pounds, and providing them with the resources they need to lose the excess weight, including medical supervision, strict dietary plans, and even weight loss surgery. And while many of the show's participants regain the weight after their appearance,
It's a little over 4 months since your weight loss surgery, and you already started gaining again. So obviously, that's a very bad situation we have with you.
there are also a number of people who manage to keep the weight off and turn around their life.
Oh, shit! That's impressive. Damn!
The question I have is, how much of an enabler do you have to be to just support your family to do that to themselves? After a while they can no longer feed themselves, so how do they go beyond that point?
It's not that they can't feed themselves, it's probably funding the food. In that respect, Revan. I think it's like they can no longer afford to feed themselves. And if I were to guess, Revan, government assistance. That would be my guess. Is probably quite a few of these people are likely on government assistance. They might have been able to get a doctor to sign off on them basically having like a disability of some sort, and thus they get government assistance, they get food stamps, and then also Revving, and then you've got the family bringing them food, which is the enabling that you were referring to. And yes, all of these people have families that are functioning as enablers. That is absolutely true. There's also like there's also psychological involved here. I don't discount that. There's definitely going to be, for a lot of them, I would hazard a guess and say that depression is paramount with a lot of these people. Because when you get so morbidly obese that you are like 600 plus pounds, there is going to be depression. Biology is a factor. Psychology is there too. Because when you're depressed, you just lay there and you eat because you basically hate yourself. And so it's like you hate yourself, so you're just going to keep eating. Like there is a component there, but also it's like there's multiple mitigating factors here. But what it really boils down to is like, how did they get this weight in the first place? That's where you have to get to the root of it. When by the time you hit like the My 600 Pound Life stage, you are well into this. People did not come out of the womb this fucking huge. Things have led up to this. Zip ties, you could say it's similar to drug addiction. And the reality is, with something like this, you need to basically take hard tactics. With people that are this grotesquely overweight, you really can't kid glove this. And you've got, when you've reached it's like intervention needed to begin at 300 by 600. It's like, okay, we're done playing fuck around here. You're going to die unless you unless you do this. And if you don't, I'm walking the fuck away and you're just going to kill yourself. Like, you need to, people that, the people surrounding individuals like this, they need to hit them with the hard truth. They need to hit them with the hard love. And if they reject it, a will. You know, it's in the end, it's on them to make that conscious decision that I'm going to make the choice. I'm going to make the decision to put the fucking fork down and actually get out there and get physical activity and actually make the conscientious effort to not eat the crap day in and day out, to actually balance the diet. Like we saw with the Super Size Me video, that as long as you moderate your calories, that alone, you will lose weight. By literally just moderating your caloric intake per day or per week, that alone will cause you to shed pounds. And for people that are this large, the initial losses are staggering. What was it? I was watching the stuff that EFAP was doing on Boogie. Someone was talking about their own weight loss. And it's like when you moderate your caloric intake and you just even do moderate exercise, the initial loss is incredible. You will shed pounds like crazy when you're first starting out, and then you hit a wall, and then you actually have to work at it. Like that is like, there is work, but you have to actually just put in that work, and it can be done.
Lives for good. Unfortunately, for every person this show helped, there are others who came out with extremely troubling allegations against its producers, like Gina Krasley, who claimed that the show's producers encouraged her to eat more, also they could add more drama to her episodes. If true, this allegation implied that the show wasn't just documenting the participants' struggles, it was actively creating it, something that only undermines their recovery, but also
That doesn't surprise me if they asked them if they want them to do that. These are TV show producers. This does not surprise me that they would do this. And especially with TLC, because with TLC, they have to make that drama, because without the drama, they don't have a show. If they don't have this drama to generate interest, it's going to be a boring fucking show. And that's true for all reality TV. That's why reality TV is not fucking reality.
also calls the entire premise of the show into question. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, because when encouraging more eating doesn't provide the spectacle they were looking for, the producers resort to deceptive editing to fit the narrative they had in mind. Or at least, that's what happens according to Marla McCants, who did have a successful weight loss journey, but isn't very fond of the show that helped her along the way. One of her scenes showed her in a hospital bed, refusing to get up even a year after her surgery.
Regarding one particular scene where McCants refused to stand up, she revealed that the show warped the timeline, making it seem as if this scene occurred much longer after the surgery.
This made her look like she was just being lazy and stubborn for no reason, when, according to an interview she did later, this couldn't have
Wait. Hang on, what did that say there?
And stubborn for no reason.
I was dealing with malnutrition. I was in the hospital and he wanted me to get up. Seriously, I'm bleeding on a bed and you want me to get up? Yeah. Editing.
When, according to an interview she did later, this couldn't have been further from the truth, with her stating, like, the scene where I was in the hospital and I wouldn't get up. Y'all don't know why I didn't get up. First of all, they put it out there a year ahead, when actually it was only 1 month after I had the gastric bypass. I had lost 70 pounds the first month. I had my surgery February 13th of 2015. That episode aired March of 2015. So I had just lost 70 pounds, I was malnourished, I was in the hospital, and he wanted me to get up? Seriously? I'm bleeding on the bed and you want me to get up? Now, reality TV shows tweaking timelines or rearranging scenes for dramatic effect isn't exactly breaking news. But in Marla's case, it wasn't just misleading, it painted a false picture of her behavior and undermined her commitment to turning her life around. And unfortunately, it wasn't just Marla who walked away from the show feeling mistreated. Season 7 participant Jeannie Jeannie Covey accused the showrunners of forcing her to film while she was suffering from emotional turmoil. You see, Jeannie had to travel to Texas with her mother for the show, leaving her father back home. But about 6 months into the filming process, she noticed that she hadn't heard from him in several days. So she contacted the authorities to request a wellness check, only to be met with devastating news that her father had passed away. The show then showed her returning home and abandoning the weight loss program Dr. Now, the show's host, had designed for her. She later claimed that she and her mother were grieving the loss of her father and asked the producers to stop filming. However, instead of agreeing to her request, the showrunners threatened them with a lawsuit, essentially forcing them to continue filming without caring about her mental health.
Oh, fuck that. Okay, if this is true, the way she's putting us out, fuck that. Her father just died. The producers could threaten her with a lawsuit all they want. Nothing would come of it. If she said, I've got to go home, my father just died, and they say, no, you've got to film, we'll sue you if you don't, my gut reaction would be, fucking call your lawyers then, I'm fucking out, my dad's dead. Because no judge in the fucking country would award the show any kind of money for her backing out to go deal with her to go address her father dying and leaving the show. If that came to court, the judge would look at TLC and go, the fuck are you talking about? Even if she signed a contract at the beginning of it, this would absolutely be considered extenuating circumstances, and a judge would look at this situation and go, okay, yeah, she signed a contract to do the show. This is extenuating circumstances. No, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna award you the lawsuit, and you're also gonna pay for her attorney's fees for forcing her to, defend in this lawsuit. Exactly. It's like, now, this is going on the assumption that what she is saying is truthful. Because as much as I hate to say it, in situations like this with like reality TV and the dramedy stuff like this, we don't know how much she is being truthful. I will say that, like, I want to take her at her word that, her father passed away while they were in Texas filming the show, and they wanted to leave to go address that, and the show was saying, no, we'll sue you if you leave the show. Like, I do want to believe her, but I've also got to take this at a realistic viewpoint of she could also not be being exactly strict with what she has told the reporter on this.
Which brings us to one of the most frequent criticisms from former participants, the show's lack of adequate mental health support. In most cases, food addiction is as much of a mental struggle as it is a physical one. However, according to these participants, the showrunners focused heavily on the physical aspects of weight loss, while neglecting the crucial mental health care they needed to break the addiction. One of these participants is Alicia Kurgan, who alleged that when she brought up her declining mental health to the producers, including depression and anxiety, they did not provide any counseling. All she received was a—
God, is YouTube really smacking people with a demonetization if they talk about depression and anxiety? Cause he had to basically kind of like mute out the words and not show it. All right, side tangent time, chat. Here we fucking go. YouTube? Forcing people to have to mute themselves or not talk about serious mental health problems like depression and anxiety is not helping. By demonetizing people that want to talk about and address these very serious and legitimate concerns and demonetizing them for it, this is not helping. It's only creating more fucking stigma against people that are afflicted with these mental health issues. I am not monetized, so I will talk about it all fucking day and all fucking night. Depression and anxiety is a real fucking thing. It is a very serious health concern. It is something that needs to be known. Hiding it does not help anybody. And depression and anxiety is a big fucking part of people that have this kind of weight gain. It's something that needs to be fucking addressed. Because if you don't address the depression, the anxiety, the self-loathing, the self-hatred, the self-destructive behavior, if you don't address that, you're only half fixing the problem with the physical medical weight loss. If you don't address the mental health problems, all this shit's gonna come right the fuck back. And with YouTube videos, they're trying to talk about this. You're trying to bring light to this. They're trying to shine a light on so people can know. It's not so they can mock it, it's so they can understand it, so they can appreciate it, so they can understand what a serious issue this is, and so they can recognize it in themselves and the people that they love, and so they can address it before something horrible fucking happens. Stop forcing content creators to mute themselves about things like depression, anxiety, suicide. Yes, I'm gonna say the fucking word. Talking about suicide it should not be silenced because it's something that needs to be fucking discussed. You need to talk about this so you can help people. Okay? You need to it's not making fun of it. It's not choosing it as a dirty word. You need to talk about these things if you want to fucking address them. So YouTube, stop this fucking bullshit and let these issues be brought to light so people can know about them and can actually address them and recognize them. You're not fucking helping things by forcing people to mute them. To mute themselves, to use coded language to try and get past your algorithm. You're not fucking helping things. You're only hurting them and creating a stigma that hurts people that are afflicted with it. And yeah, I'm gonna get a sensitivity warning on this video. You know what? I don't fucking care anymore. This needs to be talked about. If YouTube's too fucking scared to talk about it, fuck them. I'll talk about it. Because it needs to be talked about. Because the minute you have to start hiding this to basically work around an algorithm, you're doing a disservice to people.
Sad part is most people don't know that Pride Month is Men's Mental Health Month.
Well, Timothy, I talked about that. I put out a Twitter post about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and PTSD/Veterans Mental Health Awareness Month. I put that out on Twitter. I did. And it's just, this needs to be, this needs to be, Atsunashi, I don't fucking care about my views on this. On this matter, my views don't fucking matter. People's health, people's mental well-being, views do not fucking matter on that. They don't fucking matter. Helping people, letting people know that this happens, letting people know how they can recognize this happening in themselves and in others, so it can be addressed before someone goes the extreme route and takes their own life because of it. That is what is important. That's far more fucking important than fucking YouTube views. It's so much more fucking important. I'm tired of fucking coding. I'm tired of coded language for stuff that needs to be talked about. For stuff that people are afflicted by. That need help. You're not gonna get help if you avoid the topic or have to silence yourself when you want to talk about it. People are not gonna get help that way. So fuck it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say the fucking words. Shit. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome, David. Welcome. Okay. Tangent over, and I'm not sorry I made it. I'm not sorry I went on that tangent at all. All right, let's continue.
a single on-camera therapy session that was completely scripted. But that's not all, because she also accused the showrunners of faking her mental health evaluation before the surgery, claiming that she was given a quote 5-question mental health survey a couple hours before her procedure that asked questions with true or false answers.
Oh my
If
God.
she answered one of the questions incorrectly, the producers would take the form away and give her another until she answered all the questions quote correctly.
If this is true, this is psychological damage. Like, I don't doubt that there is a psychological requirement that a person needs to pass when it comes to getting extensive weight loss surgery like this. I don't doubt that there may be that doctors may require like psychological evaluation to ensure that the person is right for the surgery. This is not a psychological evaluation. A 5-question true or false mental health survey is not a fucking proper psychological examination. Get a fucking psychologist in there to actually talk with them. If the producers of this show actually want to do this right, they'd not only address the medical side, but they'd also have this person see a fucking psychologist. Have them see a doctor for the weight loss, have them see a nutritionist for the diet, have them see a psychologist to figure out why the fuck they got to this point in the first place. The psychological component is a huge fucking factor in how these people got into this state. And by refusing to acknowledge that and not doing anything with it, you're fucking over people that legitimately want to try and get better and need help to do it. You're fucking them over.
And while Alicia was still able to lose her excess weight and change her life for the better, this alleged lack of mental health facilities could explain why so many of the participants regained their weight after ending the show, since without Dr. Now's stern meal plans, there was nothing that motivated them to continue their weight loss journey. Unfortunately, regaining weight pales in comparison to the toll these mental health struggles allegedly took on James Bonner. James appeared in the 6th season of the show, and was doing quite significantly better than most other contestants.
Today I'm gonna see where my progress is at, and if I hit my weight loss goals to get me below 392. I'm happy with that.
In total, he lost over 316 pounds in just 12 months. And was on—
Oh shit, he's got a prosthetic. He must be diabetic too and lost his leg from My guess, I don't actually know about him. I'm guessing he's diabetic and probably... Oh, is he a wounded vet? He's a wounded vet. Oh, fuck. Is he actually a wounded veteran? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
And was on track to lose even more.
And I'm hoping I can do something today I haven't done in around 15 years. I'm hoping I'll be able to start running. And if I can, that'll mean I can get even more active and hopefully make progress even faster.
However, his incredible weight loss journey was tragically cut short on August 2nd, 2018, when he decided to game over himself.
No. Call it yes. He committed suicide. He took his own life. Enough with the fucking coded language. He took his own life. He committed suicide. Give this man the fucking respect he deserves. And don't blame the fucking algorithm. He killed himself. He committed suicide. Give him at least that fucking respect.
His passing came as a complete shock to everyone who had watched him fight so hard to turn his life around.
Because if I slip and fall, I can get seriously hurt.
No one knew why James would do something like that. That was until early 2020, when his family came forward and blamed his appearance on My 600 Pound Life for his untimely death. According to them, James reached out to one of the show's production assistants with his struggles, sending her messages like, "I am a effed up wreck right now. I'm not in a good place right now, it's dark, and I had a breakdown." But instead of taking his mental health struggles more seriously, the production assistant allegedly replied with, "Fake it till you make it."
Dan, I'm like hyper emotional right now, but I'm still gonna say we can't take it at face value. Now, hold up, wait, fucking wait. This is a family member recounting this. Okay? This is a family member recounting this. This is not coming from the man himself because he's not here to tell us this. Okay? And even hyper emotional as I am right now, where I'm fucking crying. The quote may not be exact, but I do believe that the production didn't do anything to do it. That didn't do anything to help. I believe that. I do believe that the production wouldn't do anything to help. The quote may not be correct, but it's still, they didn't do anything to help. They didn't address the psychological problems. Like, I don't doubt that he sent these texts because texts are recorded. You can find these. And he was crying for fucking help. He was crying out for help and no one helped him. That's the worst part. Regardless of what they said back to him, they didn't help him. And they had their power to do it. They could have contacted someone to help him. There are only thousands and hundreds of thousands of people out there that help people like this, and they didn't fucking do anything. And that's the worst part. They didn't do anything.
Ember, it's okay, sweet, we know you are saying it loudly, and my anxiety and depression is so much better being with all of you guys. I love you for this, Ember.
Oh God. They could have helped him, and they didn't. And regardless of what phrasing that they use, that is what counts. They didn't help. And because they didn't help, he killed himself. They had the chance to prevent it. They could have helped him. And they didn't. Oh, God. Oh, God. I knew this was gonna hurt. I fucking knew this would hurt. Alright. Alright, let's keep going.
Completely dismissing the challenges he was facing, which should never have been the case, as his dark thoughts were visible even during the show's production.
There's days where I feel so worthless, I think. I'd be better off in the ground.
To make matters worse,
yeah. And that's it. That's it right fucking there. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How the depression can be so prevalent with with individuals like this. It's depression that can cause this in the first fucking place. Because they feel worthless. They feel like their life has no meaning and they don't fucking care, so they'll just eat because it's like, well, what the hell else do they have to care about? What else do they have to live for? So fuck it, I'm just gonna eat and I don't care what I look like because I'm a piece of shit anyway. That's the thought that goes through these people's heads. It's not that they don't want to lose the weight. It's not that they don't want to be healthy. It's the depression is just taken hold of them psychologically, and it's making them do stuff that they probably normally wouldn't want to do if they were mentally healthy. You know, bear in mind, what we're seeing here is not these fucking influencers, these goddamn body positivity influencers that are going on social media and saying, you have to make accommodations for me. Being morbidly obese is fucking beautiful and you should appreciate this and you should accept me for this. No. These people know that they're not healthy and they want to get better. And they know that, like, they know it's a psychological issue, but they can't fight it themselves. These people are actually trying to get help and try to be better. They don't think like these fucking body positivity cunts that are fucking things up for everybody else that actually wants to get healthy. These morbidly obese people that don't like the way they are and they want to get healthy. They're fucking it up for them. And because of it, we're seeing that the fucking reality TV shows like this that capitalize on it and don't help them. And god damn it, TLC probably fucking loved that he died, that he killed himself, because it means that they could actually throw something up on the screen and act like they gave a shit when they don't give a fuck and all they're seeing is dollar signs on his grave. They don't see the gravesite of a loved one who killed himself. They see fucking dollar signs. That's what these people see. It's fucking disgusting.
His family alleged that he was drowning in debt as well, since the show's producers failed to cover the medical expenses they promised they would. His family also took things a step further and filed a $1 million lawsuit against the show's parent company, Megalomedia. If the things they alleged were completely actually true, this should have been—
No code it. His family files a multi-million-dollar My 600-Pound Life lawsuit against show's producers over his suicide. Fucking say it. They filed it over his suicide. As they should. If they wouldn't pay for what they promised to pay, yes, they should sue. Fuck yes.
a quick and easy victory. However, that's where things took an unexpected turn. You see, while James's family was the first to take legal action against Megalomedia, they were far from the last. Soon after this, other participants, some of which we talked about earlier, also started filing lawsuits against the company for alleged mistreatment, lack of mental health facilities, and failure to pay previously promised medical bills. It wasn't long before Megalomedia was facing lawsuits from 10 different participants. However, instead of the love and support you'd expect these individuals to receive, the online community largely turned against them for being ungrateful. As one person in response to David Bolton's lawsuit about unpaid medical bills wrote, he wanted the costs of medical treatment covered by the show and claims they made it more stressful. Dude would have died without the show, but hey, that's nothing to compare to wanting money, right? Similarly,
I'm not surprised. It's social media. This is a bunch of keyboard fucking warriors that don't actually care and are jumping on a bandwagon. Okay, people like this no maintenance guy that are saying this kind of shit on social media. Let's be real here. They don't fucking care. They're jumping on a bandwagon. They just want to basically, punch down on someone because they feel like shit themselves. And so they gotta punch down to feel better about themselves. All right, that's literally all this is. It is a bunch of online bullies that are going after someone just to make themselves feel better. People that do this online, you're not good people. You're not righteous. You're not based. You're a bully punching down. You're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. This one's for you. Fuck off. Go touch grass. Get a fucking life, because clearly you don't have one. Asshole.
Jeannie Covey faced backlash, proclaiming,
I lost my mother to suicide many years ago. It's something I'm actively
no.
try to help people fight against. It doesn't take the pain away, it just gives it to others. If you are struggling, reach out.
Yeah. Hey, Quizner, you're right. But I also, at the same time, I fully appreciate that people that are driven to suicide, that actually follow through on it. I fully appreciate the fact that reality is it doesn't take it just transfers the pains to others, but someone that is in the mental position of seriously contemplating suicide, they're thinking about that. They're just in so much mental pain. They don't think about what what will happen to those that they love when they're gone. They're just whatever they're struggling with or fighting against is just all consuming. And I don't fault them. I don't fault those people that can't see past that immediate end result. I don't fault them for that because they're hurting. They're in pain. Sometimes some do, Anthony, but I'm guessing a lot don't. And it's like the suicide for most people is an act of extreme desperation. They can't think of any other way out. They can't see another way out. They don't have a support system there to help them. And it's like they're desperate and they feel like they're completely out of options. And a lot of them, I think, don't see past that act. They don't realize what it's going to do to others. Or if they do see what it's going to happen to do to others, they're in so much anguish and pain, they just can't cope with that anymore. They give up. And it's fucking heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking. Because there are people out there that care. There are people out there that want to help. They are there. It's just sometimes hard to find them. And it's... Oh, God. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
the show should have stopped production after her father's death. After all, she signed the contracts willingly, and it wasn't as if the producers forced her to stick with the weight loss plan in the months that followed, with one comment on YouTube writing, "Right from the start, she had a huge chip on her shoulder. She was a victim, a special case. Nobody understood her. Her gomless mum was serving up meals big enough for 6 people, but neither of them, quote, realized they were breaking the diet." Jeannie turned this into a battle between herself and Dr. Now, because she couldn't take responsibility for herself and buckle down to dieting. And
okay, someone in chat actually said that this girl Jeannie, on her episode, that she was a real bitch. I forget who it was that said it. I think it was it Chris or was it Mike that said it? That when she came on the show, she was a real bitch. I think it was this one. It could have been one of the others. I don't know. My brain is so fried right now. I don't even know. I just don't know. But it's all of this means nothing. All of this. Okay, not you, Mike. I'm sorry. It could have been someone else. So I thought someone in chat had mentioned that she came on and when she came on the show, she was a bitch. But honestly, that all fucking pales with the fact that her fucking dad died. None of this matters. Okay? That's the thing. None of this, what this person say, even if she showed up with a chip on her shoulder, that she was acting like a victim or a special case, and no one understood her, and then her mom was serving up huge meals, none of that matters. None of that matters when if someone in the family dies and they wouldn't let her go. address that. Address a death in the family. None of this fucking matters.
Now, because she couldn't take responsibility for herself and buckle down to dieting. And these weren't the only examples. People had seen many of the contestants that filed a suit act entitled and prideful on the show. This gave them a reason to question and challenge the criticisms these participants raised against the production, with one comment scrutinizing the claims made by James's family following his death, reading, "I think LB's family is just looking to cope with his blank," which, yes, very
No. LB's family is just to cope with his suicide. Fucking say the goddamn word. They're looking to cope with his suicide. Say the fucking word. And yes, like, Anubis, I was gonna get to that too. Like, people, like, the way that they're presented on the show, where people are kind of like, oh, they're entitled, they've got an attitude, etc. It's fucking editing. Because of course the show is going to edit their conversations in the context of what they say to create the drama. They deliberately want to try and make these people look like assholes in the beginning to give this some kind of like a redemption arc. Towards the end when they get the surgery, or to basically have people like giggling like the fucking Joker when they fail. Because they were an asshole, and of course they deserve to fail in that case. It's like, yes, it's all fucking editing. Reality TV it's all about editing. There's nothing real about reality TV. They fucking put clips in that never occurred in the context of that moment. They'll take a clip that occurs from like 20, 30 plus minutes later and stick it in that little scene. Oh, it's okay, Kenji. I understand. I know this is a really tough thing to talk about, but I need to talk about it. I understand it's a difficult topic. It can be depressing. I totally get that. I want to talk about it though because it doesn't get talked about enough. It needs to be talked about and not normalized and not conflated. Like, the reality of this needs to be talked about. We've got to stop trying to hide. We need to stop trying to hide from it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Kenji. Sorry. Just I'm so sorry. It. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Oh. Oh. No, Bert, I'm not taking a break. I'm seeing it through. I'm gonna see this through. Oh. Okay. Oh. Hi. Let's keep going. Oh. No, I am not switching. No. I'm seeing this through to the fucking end. I am seeing it through to the fucking end. These people deserve that. I will not switch it off just because I feel bad. Not happening. I'm seeing it through to the end.
Tragic, but the weight loss was probably the only happiness he's had in recent years. I think he most likely was suffering in a much deeper way. He worked the program and seemed happy with the results. I think his case will turn out to be a case of some kind of tragic blank in childhood that he was never able to work through.
Is this person saying that they're implying that he was sexually assaulted as a child or sexually abused. Okay, but where is the evidence? This is a hell of an implication to make without evidence. I think this case will turn out to be a case like you cannot fucking default to childhood abuse or childhood sexual abuse out of fucking pocket like that with no evidence whatsoever. People do get depressed without the cause being abuse. Depression happens without that occurring. You can't have one without the other. People are so fucking quick to jump to child abuse, child sexual abuse, rape, what have you, with no fucking evidence to support it. It's like, no fucking evidence to support it. Why the fuck would you jump there? In 2015, I lost my mom to cancer. I was not able to be there for her due to military deployment. I got back to Minnesota a day before her funeral. Couldn't pass the psych eval to get back in, pushing me to drinking a lot. It took my Chevy Camaro headfirst into a tree. I don't know how I survived as. Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I hope you were able to get the help you needed. I hope you were able to get the help that you needed after that. I do. Even if it's just like a friend or a family to just be there to support you. Even if you couldn't get like professional help, I hope you were able to get help if you need it. I understand that, but it's understandable too. When you lose someone, especially if you're close, it's understandable. It's fine to regret it. It's fine to regret it. Okay, I'm on a fish, so because I have something to say at the end of it.
His family needs to put their grief where it belongs, instead of latching onto an easy excuse for blank because there are no easy answers. One person with alleged onset
Wait, his family needs to put their grief where it belongs, so latch not to an easy excuse for suicide? It's not a... There is no easy excuse for suicide, you fucking asshat! Suicide is not an easy excuse. Suicide is a fucking heartbreaking reason. And for you to say it's an easy excuse means you are a heartless piece of shit.
experience also suggested that Megalomedia was likely meticulous with the contracts contestants were required to sign, implying that the lawsuits filed against the company likely won't last long. And that's exactly what happened on the 14th of April 2022, when a Texas court dismissed all the lawsuits in one fell swoop. Now, while the lawsuits were largely dismissed because of the airtight contracts, that doesn't mean the claims were entirely baseless. But unless a future lawsuit moves forward and prevails, there's no way to confirm their validity at this point. That said, there are still plenty of questionable things about My 600 Pound Life that continue to cast a shadow over its legacy, like the humiliating shower scene that's shown while introducing each new contestant. Many fans see them as degrading and exploitative, which begs the question, why do the cast members even agree to do these extremely embarrassing scenes in the first place?
Because they're under the erroneous assumption that they're going to get help. That's why they do these scenes. Because they think that they're going to be getting help. This is a lesson. People need to stop going on these reality TV shows. They need to just stop. This reality TV thing needs to stop. People need to stop signing up for it. especially ones that claim to help you, because they're never going to help you. They're not going to help you. They're not in the business to help people. Reality TV shows are not there to help anyone. They're there to make money for their networks. That is all they care about. They don't see a person to help. They see dollar signs. They don't see a morbidly obese person that they want to try and help. They're seeing a literal big fat bag of money. That is what they're saying, and people need to stop signing up for these reality TV shows. Just fucking stop. Get actual help. Get some actual fucking help. For the love of God, please.
For a while, there was a rumor floating around on the internet that participants were paid over $1,000 for that scene alone, which was almost as much as they received for a full episode. However, Angie J, who was on the show at one point, clarified this on Reddit, and according to her, there is no extra pay for it. But the shower scene is pretty much mandatory as part of showing the participants' daily life. In other words, anyone hoping to appear on the show and receive help must first agree to that scene, even if it comes at the cost of their dignity. But that's not even the end of it, because
And again, the shows don't fucking care about the dignity. The shows want to exploit them. The more they can exploit these people, the more they can make money. The worse the person looks, the more people are going to tune in, and the more money they're going to make. People of the internet that are contemplating going on a reality TV show don't. They don't care. They do not give a flying fuck no matter how much they try and sugarcoat it, or how they try and gas you up, or how they try and lube you up so they can stick it in dry instead. They don't fucking care about you. You are a giant bag of money to them, and that is it. That is all you ever be to them. Ever.
On top of all the shady stuff that's allegedly going on behind the scenes, there are some serious issues with what the show actually chooses to put on camera, and nothing highlights this better than Dr. Mike's reaction to one of the show's episodes on his channel, where he raised concerns from the moment Dr. Now began his procedure.
And you have responsibility to your kids. So from this point on, we are going to make changes in your eating habits.
This is a very old school way of doctoring, where you tell a patient that you have children, you need to do better for them, and you try and lecture a patient. But in most instances, the way that you get a patient to where they want to be is by asking them the questions and getting them to a place where they say, I need to do this for my kids. Just the fact that they vocalized it rather than you did will already go further in their success rate.
This was followed by Dr. Now outlining the participants' dietary plan, which Dr. Mike also found somewhat concerning.
To stick with the low-carb diet and eat only 3 times a day and no snacking. This will be a 1,200 calorie a day diet.
I don't know how they expect her to go from eating what she's eating to a 1,200 calorie diet 3 times a day. I just feel like you're setting up a person for failure on that.
Yeah.
She's gonna have massive cravings, especially with the difficulties of her job. It's gonna make her sad. It's gonna make her uncomfortable.
And Dr. Now's plan for incorporating exercise into the participants' routine wasn't much better either.
Your ability to do exercise and walk.
And you want her to exercise and walk with 1,200 calories? I mean, it's just completely unreasonable.
I really don't do a lot of walking.
Or how much you can walk before you feel tired and give up.
Yeah, like, seriously. Like we saw in the other video, people were doing like, what was it, 2,500 calories per day? And they were losing weight. Like, when someone is this extremely obese, you need to basically ease them into this. You can't just like flip a switch and go from having go from them eating God knows how many thousands of calories on a daily basis to just suddenly, okay, we're cutting you off at 1,200 right fucking now. No, you have to ease them into it because their body could go into fucking shock because of their of not receiving the normal amount of calories. The way your body works is if you essentially abuse your body like this, the body gets used to it. Okay? Her body and everybody on the show, their body is used to a substantial caloric diet every day. Okay? And when you suddenly just cut that off at the knees, then all of a sudden, your body is going to go into panic mode going, this is wrong. You need to do everything in your power to try and get back to what we consider the norm. And it's going to elicit both physiological and psychological responses that are going to be detrimental to the person. You have to ease them back. If they say they have like a 4,000 calorie diet, like daily 4,000 calorie diet, okay, well then ease you back to 3,000 calories for the first month. And then once your body is grown adjusted to going to 3,000 calories as 4,000 calories, now you can ease them back to 2,500 calories and ease that back. Ease them into eating habits that are more healthy. You can't just fucking cut them off at the knees and say, okay, you're going to immediately drop to this. Their body will go into a kind of shock that will be completely detrimental to them. Fuck. And, okay, hang on, Moose, let me register. I went through a rough breakup and was bad into drugs. My mental health was already failing. I had former friends tell me I could open up and they would talk. My other friend told me I wasn't allowed to, only that with him. Abused by my ex and coping with her cheating. The friend abandoned me because I snapped and he had all of his circle blocked and perma-banned me on Twitch. I tried to talk to them. Grab the nearest rifle. Oh, God. Moose. Look that. Moose, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Moose. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did it. So glad you did it. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you did it, Moose. So glad you did it. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here with us. You wouldn't be here with us, being able to tell your story. I'm glad you didn't. Oh, Yoshi. Okay, we gotta try and finish this.
Maybe like from here to your waiting room.
She should really be working with a nutritionist to figure out what she's already consuming and make changes from there, as opposed to getting a cookie cutter 1,200 calorie recommendation and telling her to exercise when she's never exercised before. It's just gonna be a major shock to the system. I think even the most well-intentioned patient is gonna struggle with that.
Even the way Dr. Now, quote, approved the surgery didn't sit right with Dr. Mai.
You're making good progress, and I think you're gonna be a good candidate for weight loss surgery, okay? But you still have a BMI close to 100. So I'm gonna send you to the hospital so we can run some tests on you, make sure you're safe for anesthesia. If all those tests are good, I'll approve you for surgery.
I hate that he says it as if like he needs to approve. We'll send you to the hospital for some special tests to make sure it's safe for you to go for the surgery. Not for me to decide if it's safe. You're not deciding. The tests are deciding whether or not it's safe for the patient. It's in their best interest. It's not you gatekeeping it.
So while Dr. Now is known for being stern yet patient with participants, there's still room for improvement when it comes to his overall approach and methodology, which he still has plenty of time to do, since the show isn't going anywhere. While its viewership has been on the decline since 2021, it's still popular enough to warrant new seasons, even 13 years after it first aired on TV. The only way it might truly fall out of favor is if major revelations surface about the alleged abuse, exploitation, and neglect going on behind the scenes, which, given the 10 dismissed lawsuits, seems highly unlikely.
Okay. I need to say this. If you need help, don't go to a TV show. Don't go to a TV show for help. They're not gonna help you. Try and get actual help. There are hotlines out there. There are mental health professionals fucking everywhere that can help. There is help out there. Try and get real help. real help. Please, because your life is worth so much than you realize. I know it. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it. But your life is so fucking valuable. Don't go to a fucking TV show. They don't care about you. Go to someone that actually cares. Talk to someone that actually cares. Talk to someone that wants to help you. And there are lots out there. There are lots. Oh, God. To anybody out there watching, if you're going through troubles, if you're going through hard times, anything, I want you to just know that there are people out there that love you, that there are people that care, people that really do care about you, and people that love you. It doesn't feel like it sometimes, I know, but there are people out there that love you and care about you and don't want you to go anywhere. They really don't. So if you need the help, please try and get the help, whatever the issue is. Whatever it is, please try and get the help that you need. Because I know you don't want to leave people behind, and those people don't want you to leave them behind. So please try to get help. I have no doubt that this video is going to have like a suicide hotline underneath the video because it's going to get flagged. I don't fucking care. I'm glad it's going to be there. If you need to call for help, you call for help. Please. Please call for help if you need it.